Okay, we're live from the Brojo for the episode of the Roshan Bros News.
Has anyone ever, told anybody that the whole Brojo thing kind of sounds really gay?
Yeah.
I think I said the entire name sounds gay at one point.
Oh. I don't mind the Rochambeau thing, but, Brojo is literally one letter away from being Brojob.
He's not wrong.
Dojob is
Just saying.
just fucking A. That's why it's okay.
The Brojobs. Anyways.
Yeah.
There's another joke your mom won't like. Every episode.
Sounds
At least he's
weak.
committed.
I'm just kidding. How's it going, guys? I'm here with
No.
Eli.
yeah.
I don't have a title. Yeah. I'm running out of ideas.
Yes. Yes.
Do you want me to do a really good Kurt Cobain impression?
No.
Oh.
No, I don't.
Can you?
Hmm?
But can you?
Ooh.
Give me a shotgun and I'll prove you wrong.
That's not an impression.
Yeah, it is.
That's an impersonation.
Fair
Well,
enough.
that was just mind blowing.
Boo. Too obvious.
Anyways, anime harem king John Dean.
What?
He probably could.
I'm not even gonna go ask how. I'm just gonna roll.
You
past-
can't ask the logistics of the title. You just have to know that it's real.
But it's real, okay. World Destroyer Kien Rants.
Yeah, I want to
Sounds
see
more
how
like
many
mine, actually.
worlds you have destroyed first.
That seems more like mine, actually. I'm going to take that one.
You're gonna need that world-destroying proof right about
You
now.
can't
Actually,
stop
I've ruined a bunch of worlds in Spore, so that counts.
Totalitarian government.
all right. There's a difference between actually destroying a world and just introducing a giant penis monster to it.
Is there though?
Yes,
Yes.
there is.
Is there really?
Yes.
The semantics of destroying.
No, there are no
Dude.
semantics there. You have to destroy that world, not just shove a giant dick on it.
Hmm.
Otherwise, Galactus' job would be a lot easier. And a lot less people would probably
to
die.
find a planet to throw my giant dick at.
I am hungry for Twinkies.
Oh, dude, I don't want
Yeah, that's
Twinkies
dumb.
now. Actually,
Galactus
Let's
had
go buy
Twinkies.
one. Oh.
yeah, got that diabetes.
What have you guys been up to lately?
God.
Eli, I was hanging out with your friends on spring break.
I mean, I enjoyed it.
That's good.
Played a lot of Morrowind. I already talked about it.
Yeah. Is that all you did? Just with them? You just didn't like.
It shouldn't really matter. I'm kind of jealous,
I
anyways.
got a lot of homework I got.
Of Twinkies or Morrowind?
Morrowind.
Okay.
That I can eat Twinkies.
I can eat Twinkies tomorrow.
John just goes around constantly, just like, fuck. You can eat all the Twinkies you want.
Yeah, I can't eat all the Twinkies I want. I'll be able to eat
Neither
some
can I. I'll
tomorrow.
fucking die.
You have a heart attack.
Are there sugar-free Twinkies? Is
Not
that
exactly
a thing?
a balanced
There could be a
diet.
thing.
John, is sugar-free Twinkies a thing, or is that like? Is it
I don't think they are a thing, but it's possible. They probably taste like shit. But, you know.
Anyway, no, I worked the other 2 days that I wasn't doing shit with people, so that's been my week.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Gil?
Work.
Mm-hmm. You hung out with us. We had like a cool conversation.
I mean, that was after a movie.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something else, though. That's its own thing.
That's not what we talk about
That was
here.
its own
He didn't
moment.
do that during the
We
week.
argued semantics on Blaziken and Flamedramon.
We're not arguing it again.
I'm not
Stop
arguing
trying to
it.
bring it up.
I'm still fighting for
I'll
it.
kill you.
I'm fighting for Blaziken and Flamedramon.
Probably
Mm.
just kill him anyway.
What have you been doing, John? Besides like possibly dying without your diabetes
Yeah,
fuel?
I have some yet. I just can't get more. So I have to conserve it.
Speaking of which, actually, about your diabetes, there's a comic book series that I just got done reading, called Dave in the Weird World.
Insulin Man.
No. So the kid's a diabetic, but when he's like low on blood sugar, his mind goes into like a parallel dimension, and he sees everything as like a barbarian, like D&D style world. Until he gets more blood sugar, like until he eats like a candy bar or something. It fucking like
Hilarious?
The artwork is really, really good.
I mean, for people that actually live with diabetes, that's not that absurd of a thing.
Is that really not? Like, okay.
Well, it's not like when I have a low blood sugar, I'm seeing barbarians and shit like that.
To a fucking
But like
different dimension.
the closest equivalent that having such a low blood sugar I could explain is like basically going through starvation.
Okay.
So like anytime that it happens, like I don't always fully remember everything that's going on, and I'm totally incoherent.
No, like that's like I just remember that was a comic book. Someone said like you
Or
liked
like
this comic.
when I have high blood sugars, oftentimes like not oftentimes, but like sometimes I will just kind of like pass out and then basically just go into a coma for like 10 hours to like a few days.
Oh yeah.
And then it'll kind of be like going to sleep, but like I don't
Where you
think
might
I have,
wake
like,
up.
dreams or anything. I've always woken up, so
It's kind of like going to sleep, but it's like Russian roulette. You just don't know. No, like, and then I rewatched the Power Rangers movie, and I still think that's an okay movie.
Which one though?
The newest one.
There you go.
Like, I actually.
You have to specify. There
Yeah.
are many of them.
Like, the Turbo movie is shit.
It was fantastic.
No, rewatch it now. It's fucking shit.
It's fantastic.
Have you seen it lately? Have you? You have? It's shit, dude.
It's too good for your.
Dude, that Turbo movie is shit.
It's too good for you.
But that new Power Rangers, it's dumb, but it's just enough dumb where I'm like, yeah, I can deal with it.
what,
Like-
Power Rangers?
Yeah, the new Power Rangers movie.
I didn't think it was that bad.
That's what I mean. I like it.
It was a little annoying that like they didn't do anything Power Rangers wise until like
Right.
the last 45 minutes.
I think that's the big thing where I wish like they could morph, but they couldn't like morph. Like they couldn't keep up the morphing. Like so they'd like morph out of like the Ranger suit and like.
I think they should have just like skipped the whole origin thing. Like everybody knows that what the Power Rangers do. So
Well, I
why
mean,
not
we
just
know
let
what the
them do
Power
it?
Rangers do.
Most people that went and saw that movie knew what the Power Rangers
I know,
did.
but like they're small children, aren't like.
They have power in their range.
Yeah.
Only
They are park
specifically.
rangers. They are park rangers that gain power when they travel outside of the park to fight evil.
I still think that like it like the first thing like that almost turned me off from the movie, but probably like.
Why are we
was,
talking about Power Rangers all of a sudden?
Because I saw that movie.
Oh.
I rewatched it.
Oh, you rewatched it. I was like,
rewatched
you
it.
just now watched it?
No, I saw it when it came out.
Continue.
It's just the whole jerking off the bull joke. I'm like, oh, okay.
I don't remember that, but that kind of makes me laugh.
I knew you would think. And like they're like, I melted. How many udders did it have? One. And then they zoom into the bull.
Oh yeah,
penis,
no,
and
I
I'm like,
remember that.
Okay.
Kind
I
of.
milked her.
I kind
You
of
milked
remember it. I
him.
remember that happening, but I don't remember exactly how it happened. I just remember that it made me laugh.
And like, I still think that like, it kind of sucked that like Trini, and Zach were put on the back pedal for the character development of Jason, Kimberly, and Billy.
They got their own.
I mean, they have their like. Zach's, I think, was the like. To me, Zach was like the mist of them all.
He confronted the fact that his
His
mother
mom
is
is dying,
dying,
yeah,
and
I know,
he's
like-
afraid to face her every day.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he got enough character development for a movie.
Okay. But like the one thing that got me at the end is like Trina and Zach, like spoiler alert, go to detention with them. I'm like, they had to have done something then to go to detention. They couldn't have just like, no one just is like, oh, why are you guys here? Detention.
They skipped out on school enough that they probably could have gotten detention.
I don't know how Angel Grove works. Also, I just don't like how like
I'm sure
they
it works like most towns.
I don't like how they beat Goldar with a wrestling move. I think that was the one thing that I thought was kind of dope.
Because it's
Somebody
impossible
who
to
likes
beat
wrestling
someone else
doesn't
with a
like-
giant with a wrestling move.
I thought the suplex was dumb. Like I like wrestling, but
It
like
should have been a Batista bomb, honestly.
no, it shouldn't have been anything. It should have been the fucking sword as like a saber going through
No,
him.
that sounds super gay.
No, it should have been like the classic Power Ranger, like X cross and then turn around and the monster
Yeah, but
blows up.
Goldar never got killed by the sword.
Yeah, but like that's not the
If they
Goldar
blew-
we knew.
They
Fucking
probably
nerds.
didn't want to
I mean,
blow
none
something
of
up
it
in the
was-
middle of town.
None of it was really anything to do with the Power Rangers we knew.
Right. The only thing that there was the same was Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini.
All of them were the same by
Yeah.
name. That's
By
it.
name.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
it. And Billy had autism.
Oh yeah, and the Yellow Ranger didn't have a bulge.
Yeah.
That was actually only in season 1.
Yeah. It's very surprising. I like the Japanese Power Ranger though, like the Mighty Morphin one. It's an interesting concept that they have. The Red Ranger and the Green Ranger are brothers. And the Green Ranger wants to kill the Red Ranger. It's a fun time. So, we're going to go into a couple of trailers. We're going to go with first the movie Tag.
Fantastic.
It
Let's
looks
watch
super fun.
It does kind of look funny.
Like, it's
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner,
The
Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, the cast is pretty lit.
Yeah, Rashida Jones. Like, they're
For a
all
second.
just... What?
For a second.
For a second. They're all there, and like the concept is like they've been playing tag for 30 years.
Hawkeye's so good he
He's
never
never
gets
been
tagged.
tagged. And so like in my headcanon, this is
I
what
haven't been tagged in 30 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say there better
That's
be
a really
some,
long
some like
time.
occupational reason for why he's never been tagged.
he's just
Turns
that
out he's like a
good.
legitimate assassin, and
He's
that's why they
Hawkeye.
can't
No,
fucking
that's
touch
Clint
him.
Barton. Like y'all can't tell me that. Like that's the sequel to Avengers. We didn't know. That's the secret.
That's a
sequel to
secret
Avengers.
life.
Yeah.
He goes from fighting off Ultron to playing tags
Tag
with a
with
bunch
his-
of middle-aged
with his
dudes.
friends. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Like
He hasn't even
they're
been
like-
in for 30 years. He's like, can I join, guys?
Clint's
I've
like,
never been tagged.
Clint's like, how good are like? They're like, Clint's glad you're back. Yeah. How are you so good at tag? You're not just Captain America. You know that guy? Yeah, I don't know him either. Like he's cool. But this movie looks really funny. Like it's outlandish enough to be funny,
And it's based on real
and
events.
it's apparently based on a true story. How true that is, I don't know.
They say that doesn't mean anything.
Like I still think my favorite one is John Hamm is like, hey buddy, how's it going? Tags Ed Helms while his wife is giving birth, and then he's like, all right, it's all up to you now, bud. Just walks off. Like it looks fun. It has like I said.
The only thing I'm kind of worried about is that it looks like they're gonna overuse slow motion for this movie.
Yeah. Especially when that one character keeps getting hit in the face.
Yeah.
Jake Johnson.
Like, as long as it's just kind of like a 3 or 4 second slow motion thing and then it ends, like, I'll be okay if they bring it up a bunch, but most of the time when they bring up slow motion, it
Yeah,
lasts like a solid like 12 to 15 seconds or something, and then it's like 40 times in the movie. And then it ends up being like half an hour of the movie is in slow motion.
Yeah, I
That I'm not
understand that.
huge into. But if it's like 10, maybe 12 minutes of slow motion total, then I'd be okay with that. It'd still probably get kind of annoying by the end of it, but it also depends on how they use it. If they
Yeah.
use it more for comedic value over anything else,
I think
then-
that's what they're gonna use it for. I don't
More
think they're
than
gonna
likely,
use it for
but,
like a
like-
serious like.
Well, what I mean is like there's a difference between using it to look cool and then using it for comedic purposes.
Like slow mo, the slap where it like jiggles the skin enough.
Yeah, from what I saw in the trailer, it almost seemed more like it was kind of like a this is slow mo because it looks cool, even though they're adding like a comedic element to it. But as in like he gets hit in the face with a donut.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Then we go into "Won't You Be My Neighbor?"
I'm
the
super
Mr.
excited
Rogers
for this.
documentary.
I am really excited for this
And why is that, John?
because I like Mr. Rogers, man.
Documentary.
I watched
wanna
this-
see.
Yeah, I watched this shit a lot when I was a kid. We only had Iowa Public Television, really. We had public TV, I guess.
How's it
technically.
feel to be part of
I mean, it wasn't that.
Fuck you, Kien.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I was poor growing up.
I'm
but
totally kidding.
It was also because like my great grandma didn't see like the value in television when I lived with her. I mean, she still doesn't, but which is fine because I kind of agree. I'm okay with TV existing, but it's not something I generally spend a lot of time watching. It's why I like Netflix. I can watch it when I want. I can watch what I want when I want.
Like The Mist.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna mention this on things that I've been up to, but I've recently found a podcast that's like, it's titled "Finish Your Book," and it's authors inspiring future authors, and it's kind of gotten me into writing again. So maybe I will start that season 2 Mist fan fiction, and
Oh, I can't wait!
I'll ship the Mist with the girl's dad. or
Is
something
the mist
like
a
that.
man or a woman in your?
Could be whatever it wants.
It's androgynous. It's
The
an
mist.
androgynous.
It's the mist. It's
Okay.
literally mist.
And then it becomes the rain.
No, I've actually been like really thinking about doing it, but not to do something ridiculous with it, but make it a decent story. Because that
Fill
season
up the plot holes
that season 1 is just so poorly written that like it starts out pretty interesting, and then the moment they start telling you like what's in the mist, it's really fucking stupid.
Oh, do they do that? What's in the mist shit too?
Kind of,
Ugh.
but I can. They wait till the end of the first season because like you can tell they were waiting till like the next season or a season beyond that
To
even
explain it more.
to do it. But yeah, they start giving hints at what it is towards the end, and that's when it just gets really dumb.
Is it really the end of the season, or is it the end of the series?
Well,
It's the end of the series, essentially.
they didn't
because
get
they
picked
canceled
up
it.
for season 2, but they made it so that it was supposed to have a season 2. But it didn't get picked up because it did really bad.
But I think won't you
So
be,
it's the series is over, but the story isn't technically over.
I think Won't You Be My Neighbor is going to be a solid like documentary.
Yeah,
Adventure.
I'm pretty excited.
Like, I too also enjoyed Mr. Rogers. I
As
think
much
he's-
as like as an older person, I'm kind of like I don't really care that much about it now.
Mhm,
But I mean, Mr. Rogers passed away when I was still pretty young,
mhm.
and he lived a really interesting life. I mean, he was a war veteran before he did the whole the TV show thing, basically.
Right.
That's kind of horrifying.
Well, I mean, he did a lot of really good things for a lot of people.
Yeah, he fought for IPTV to still be a thing.
Well, not just that, but he fought for it to be more inclusive too.
Right.
Well, and it wasn't just Iowa Public Television; it was the other public television stations as well. Like he was pretty adamant that he wanted his show to both be kind of popular, to like spread amongst people, but also to keep it as like a small time thing, so that smaller companies could afford to air it and stuff like that. And he was never really about making money off the thing either. I mean, he basically lived like a regular person with a regular job.
I mean, that's super awesome though. Like, yeah. So then we go to Deadpool 2, and Eli, how excited are you about this movie?
Yeah.
Not good, huh?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of not really that into it either, but I am a little bit curious to see what they're gonna do with a slightly bigger budget. Now that they know that this movie's definitely gonna succeed. Not that they had any sort of thought that the first one wasn't. Like, they were pretty much projecting a pretty decent revenue at least, but it took off way harder than they thought it was
it
going
blew
to,
up.
for sure.
I just like my thing about Deadpool, and like it's just I'm glad that like he got the light he got after, you know, Wolverine Origins. It's just personally for me, when I look at this, it's just I think after Deadpool the movie came out, he just became an extremely oversaturated character.
Yeah.
Even before that, a little bit.
Yeah, because the chimichangas thing was overplayed like years before the fucking movie
Right.
came out.
And then like after that movie came out, everyone's like, eat chimichangas.
See,
Yeah, and then everybody got chibi
See,
Deadpool tattoos and shit.
It's like the same line that I have with Rick and Morty. It's like, I like the stupid, fucked up humor.
but like
Then
the
you
pickle
hit that
Rick
like,
memes,
yeah. Then you hit like that where people meme some of it. And it's not even the funny shit to me. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, chimichangas. It's like,
I think
why
like,
is
if-
that funny?
if
That's
the-
fucking retarded.
If the assassin that Rick sells guns to had became like the big thing everybody was talking about, I would have totally been down for that.
Yeah.
Because that's a really funny character.
Yeah.
He's just like a dude who murders the shit out of people.
And he
but
gives
he's-
people his business card and tells them
yeah,
like has a
but
tracking device.
he's voiced by Nathan Fillion and he's super polite and
yeah.
makes me laugh.
Like my thing about the whole Deadpool mania that blew up.
Or like Jaguar. Yeah, that would have been
Yeah,
funny.
that one would be good.
Yeah.
But like when I went to the comic book convention when that movie came out that year, everybody
Yeah.
and their fucking mother was Deadpool, and that was the same year.
Was that
Harley.
Wizard Con?
That was the Wizard Con, but I went to another one too
I'm almost kind of thinking about going to that this
in
year.
June.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this off mic because I want
Is
to
it? What day is it again?
7, 8, 8, and 9. Momoa's
Oh,
going to
okay.
be there.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
But, Aquaman, pretty stoked.
It'll be neat to maybe see him there, but I'm not really that interested in
Right,
meeting
no,
him.
there's a lot of
I'm
other...
more interested in the fact that he played Khal Drogo than I am that he
Yeah.
played Aquaman.
Well, like, there's a lot of other... Like, I saw the list. Like, the list is, like, interesting enough. Like, Spike from fucking Buffy's there, and, like, I don't mind Spike from Buffy. I don't
Green
really...
Ranger.
The Green Ranger's going to be there. Like, that's the reason I want to go. Like, Gil, if you'd like to come with us, just let us know. It's the Green fucking Ranger, Gil.
I might dress up if we go.
Okay.
What would you
I'll
dress
be,
up
I'll be,
as?
I don't know yet.
You be Link, and
What
I'll be,
The Goron.
Yeah, I'll be Link Goron.
You have to be basically naked.
I can do it. I'll wear a bodysuit.
The Goron's just, you'll probably get kicked out because the Goron's
No,
just
I'll wear
like a
you
loincloth.
can wear like a bodysuit.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, I can wear a bodysuit. No, actually, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna probably go as Maui. But
Probably do that. I don't know what I'd do, but
You could pull off Link.
well, yeah. Everybody always tells me I have to shave, but I'm not going to.
you don't have to shave. You can be like, I'm Link from the future.
Link
Rough
at age
Link.
30.
I'm old Link.
Old
Old
man
man
Link.
Link.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
over
Goes
people.
around killing things again.
It's just like Ganon pops up, he fucking stabs him in the throat.
He's like, we're not doing this
Done
anymore.
here.
We're done. But no, like, yeah, it was just because it was the same year. That same year, the concept for Harley Quinn came out. So it was Deadpool's
Oh, yeah.
and Harley Quinn's just walking all the fuck around, and I'm like, oh man.
Moon Knight.
I'm not black.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I
have
could
fun.
wear the mask, but
You could
Alright.
do. You could
That
do. You could do Black Panther with the Pink Panther face.
if I'm gonna do a cosplay, I'm gonna at least try and think of something that's not gonna be that expensive to pull off.
Moon Knight is not that expensive if you get him on his first.
Building that full suit, though.
No. Remember, Moon Knight's first costume was just rags over him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
You could be Ragman.
That HQ thing is starting right now.
It is.
Kind of thinking about playing,
No.
but it's $50,000. One winner takes all.
Then we go into Cloak and Dagger.
Fuck up.
I mean, I know I'm not gonna win, but why not try?
Cloak and Dagger, and this is like Marvel trying to be like making angsty teen fucking things.
Because we all need more angsty teen things.
I
Should we
mean-
pause while I play this game?
Runaways, dude, I really don't want to pause to play the fucking game.
No pause when he plays the game.
Alright, I'll play the game. We won't pause. I'll turn it down so you can't hear this
God
douchey guy's voice.
Okay, and then we go into The Rain, which is the sequel to John's The
Oh,
Mist.
do we just skip over
Yeah.
the
Cloak and
Marvel
Dagger.
thing?
Oh, fuck it, like,
Yeah, I don't know.
who's
know
excited
fuck
for
all
Cloak
about
and
it.
Dagger?
I'm not entirely even sure like what it comes from. Is that guy supposed to be Nightcrawler or what?
No, Cloak and
The
Dagger
Black
was
Cloak and she's
Dagger. Cloak and
Okay,
Dagger.
that sounds pretty dumb.
Okay, so Cloak and
Cloak
Dagger.
can use cloaks to
They're a
teleport.
symbiotic.
Dagger
They're a
makes
symbiotic
daggers out of
superhero
light.
because like one needs the other. Because like one, if he doesn't have light, the shadow completely consumes her, and she produces too much energy that she needs to release it. That sounded super sexual.
Yeah, it
and
doesn't feel like damn Kien. Calm down
and
there.
it is super sexual in the comics that like they have an intimate relationship, and that's like the
Well,
thing.
I could get that from the trailer too, but I don't know.
Like they need each other, but they're really
Are they
bad
so?
for
Are they
each other.
supposed to be like mutants then, or is that what's going on?
They're
Or are
just-
They
just-
were experimented teenagers.
Okay.
They're predominantly a Spider-Man.
Because I was really getting an X-Men vibe
Yeah,
from
they're
it.
Spider-Man characters that Spider-Man meets, and they're about the same age. So Peter's like, "Oh, you guys can team up with me," and they're like, "Nah, Pete, we're good. You have spider powers." Like, and then we go.
Was there like an animalist or what?
No, I don't fucking know.
Speciesist.
I don't fucking know. Then we go to
We don't
the.
like
team
you
up
'cause
with
you're a
and your
spider.
bullshit animal powder.
Then we go to the Then we go to the final trailer premiere of Adventure Time. So
I
yeah,
feel like
I'm
it's
excited for it.
It's coming
but
to
that's
an end.
because I
Yeah.
like Adventure Time.
I'm just glad it's kind of like I
It's
hope it gets
been
a
like
good
3
ending
or 4 years. I don't remember. Maybe it hasn't quite been that long, but
for Adventure Time.
yeah.
It's been 7.
It's been running for a while.
Well,
It-
no, I mean like since the last new episode is what I mean.
No, it's been.
It's had specials here and there.
Yeah, like those
Well,
count
yeah,
as the
They haven't
seasons.
been. It hasn't had a consistent season in a while.
Yeah,
But
Elements
Yeah.
counted as its own season. It was a 6 month. Is there any way to turn
Well,
that
I don't
down
know.
a
It's
little
been a
bit?
long time since there's been anything going on.
Yeah,
for
and that's
Adventure
mainly
Time,
because
so-
it's Cartoon Network being retarded.
I
Well-
don't really care for Adventure Time.
I don't know if it's Cartoon
Well-
Network being retarded or they're like Teen Titans Go makes them a shit ton of money. So as much as everybody hates it, the merchandising for that show is fucking insane.
That's because people are like, look, it's chibi Teen Titans!
Well, it's mostly because, like, kids really like it. And
You know Nicolas Cage is voicing Superman, by the way?
Yeah.
For what?
Teen Titans Go. I'm talking to Gil.
Okay.
Gil's the Nick Cage fan.
And what?
The Teen Titans Go movie.
Now I feel like I have to watch it, but I don't want to. But it has Nick Cage as Superman.
I'm Superman.
You have to watch it now, Gil.
Please.
I'm just gonna continuously think of Con Air anytime I hear it now.
You have to. You have to watch it
It's
now.
gonna come up on my
Alright,
thing.
but I'm dragging all four of you with me.
I'll watch it.
Well, all three of you.
Wait, is
No,
it a
Zach
Teen
will be
Titans
in
Go
this.
movie?
Yeah.
It's getting a theatrical release?
Yeah, we've shot this before.
Well, yeah, I remember us talking about it, but I didn't know if it was a theatrical, thing or
theatrical
if it was
release,
going to be
yeah.
a
'Cause we
Cartoon
talked
Network
about
It'll be
special.
on TV eventually, but
We
Well,
talked
yeah,
about
of
them
course.
using Wonder Woman as a platform to
Oh,
sell
yeah,
the movie.
yeah. Well, because they all
Oh,
dressed up as
yeah.
different superheroes.
No, they all dressed up as Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah, that's
You
right.
know, that's who you're gonna have this year.
Yeah,
Wonder
a bunch of
Womans?
Wonder Womans.
I
at the
don't
con.
think so.
And their
I'd actually
thighs
be
will
okay
jiggle.
with that.
Yeah, actually, I don't think so because Deadpool's comes out like before that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot of dominoes.
If you want to be a creepy
Probably be
weirdo,
alright
you
with
go
that, too.
around and ask them if their thighs jiggle. There you go. Figure
No,
it
they'll
out.
tell you their thighs jiggle.
I don't know
Because
about
they're
that.
real girls.
Yeah, probably. Dude, that is so fucking loud. Turn that shit down.
You told me to turn it up.
No, I said turn it down.
Oh.
I only said turn it down. You're like, let's go pick it up on mic, and I was like, turn it down. Fucking dumbass.
Then we go into Donnie Yen's Big Brother, and this movie looks fucking
interesting.
Cool.
I just, it's in a different language.
He's a
Turns
teacher.
me
He's just a
It's
normal.
in a different.
I'm not even
teacher.
joking. I didn't watch Inglorious Bastards for like 4 fucking years because I was like, man, I'll have to read part of this movie. Not digging it.
Really?
That's why I don't like animes unless they're dumb.
Oh, what part of Inglourious Bastards do you have to read?
What? The parts where they're fucking talking in
Oh, yeah, you're right.
German. The only people that talk in English are fucking Brad Pitt.
I guess that doesn't necessarily
Or whoever
bother
the fuck.
me because I usually watch movies with subtitles, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, so do I. But like, I usually am doing something else.
Yeah, that's true.
Playing a game.
Is there any way that gentleman can not be so fucking loud?
Yeah, turn
What,
it
the
down.
HQ guy?
Yeah.
I turned it up so I can hear it.
Turn it down.
I told
fucker.
you we could pause so I could play this stupid
Turn
game.
it down, fucker.
Fuck off.
Turn it down.
I
fucker.
just did.
Turn it down, fucker.
Eat my balls.
Anyway,
Both of them,
Donnie
preferably.
Yen. Looking forward to it, even though it's, I don't know.
They'll have a bad English dub sooner or later.
Well, I mean, he talked in English for part of the
Yeah,
movie.
I think it's literally just like part of it's in English, part of it's not.
It's kind of like how
Kinda
Ip
thing.
Man worked. Like Ip Man, the boxer, talked English.
Well, like when he's confronting the like gang members,
They're
they look-
American.
they're Americans,
Yeah.
but like his kids are Asians. So I don't know if this is like
Racist school.
a section of like maybe an Asian country that
it's
has
set
like
in Hong Kong.
okay. I don't know the logistics then,
Oh.
but I was gonna suggest maybe it's like in Japan and they're like located really close to like an army base or something, but I don't
Again, it's
know.
Are you implying people in the army are bullies?
No, I'm just
Do you hate
implying
the troops,
that.
John?
I'm just implying that
I hate
usually
the troops.
places close to army bases generally have a lot of American groups in them already,
I don't really hate the troops for the most
because
part.
like their families come with them too sometimes.
Then we go to FLCL season 2 and season
Cooley
3.
Cooley for those of you that don't
have
know.
no fucking input on this.
It's okay. Like I like the first series for what it was,
Yeah,
but it had a clean cut ending. It
I'm
didn't
not-
need a sequel.
And didn't what the ending wasn't clean cut.
You know what I mean? It
The
left
character just got the finale of his arc.
it did end pretty suddenly, but I don't know. I'm not that huge into Fooly Cooley.
I'll watch it, see how
but
it goes.
Yeah,
but,
I'll probably check it out.
I don't.
I'm not expecting miracles.
I'm expecting miracles, but I'm not gonna watch it.
Suddenly, Jesus Christ is reborn. There's your miracle. for
Still
the year.
won't watch it. Time to make me watch Fooly Cooley.
I'm gonna turn.
Fooly Cooley.
Anyway,
And now we go to our movie news, my dudes. Unless you want to talk about the trailer I want to talk about, but I kind of like stopped myself from talking about it.
I was gonna bring this up. Batman Ninja has gotten actually pretty solid reviews
It's
lately.
good.
Dope.
IGN's not really one you can trust, but they gave it a
Fuck
9.7.
you.
Water.
IGN isn't a solid review.
There's too much water.
Did it get a 7?
9.7.
Oh shit, that's like a 6 on everyone else's scale.
That's like a Call of Duty scale right there.
Yeah.
So it could be shit.
Yeah.
Did they
Like,
just
the
trash
final
it? They
trailer
were
I
like,
did want to bring
9.7.
up,
Yeah, I
Gil
don't
and I
know.
talked about this because Gil didn't see the trailer beforehand. Is the Dragon Ball Super trailer?
I mean, it looks okay.
Everybody's saying that the animation looks so great, but it's
I don't think it looks
It's not
bad.
that the
wait till
animation-
the movie
yeah.
comes out.
It's
to
not
say
that the
anything,
animation looks
honestly.
great. I just like the different I liked One Piece Film Gold because
No,
of its
that-
animation, and that's the same animation team working on it.
Pretty.
The trailer animation does look really good, but wait till the movie comes out.
Right, and I'm not
Because
saying
the
like
trailer
that.
could be super good, and then the movie's all like, oh, they rushed it through, it looks like shit.
Right, but they don't think they did rush this one through though, because they announced the movie like a year ago.
We'll see.
And they were working on it. That's why I assumed the Tournament of Power was just rehashing throughout. They rehashed a lot of their fight animations.
I don't know if you were here for the discussion on how fucking awful the sub is, but they
No.
need to take all those voice actors and just fucking murder them.
The American ones or the Japanese?
No, the Japanese ones, because they're all women.
Oh.
Alright.
They go.
Yeah, and they do that shit. And it's super high pitched and shit like that.
Please stop. Please
What the
stop.
AMC Theaters' advanced ticket sales for Anthony and Joe Russo's Avengers Infinity War are over 1,000% higher than Avengers Age of Ultron.
I wonder why.
It outsold, just outsold.
Yeah.
Flatters.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Absolutely believe it.
Robert Downey Jr. talks about Tony Stark's relationship status with Captain America in Infinity War.
Turns out they're gay.
Thought about retiring as Iron Man.
Tony Stark updates his relationship status in a relationship with Captain America.
So
He's gonna marry Pepper.
That's
Chris
what you
Evans
think.
confirms that he
That's
will
the-
not.
That's the cover-up.
They actually split up in the series. Anyway,
It's
what are
true.
you talking about?
Chris Evans says he's not going to return to Captain America after Avengers 4.
That's fine.
So they're gonna kill him off.
Might not
It's
be
As I
possible
say,
that
they're
they just
going
give
to
it to
kill off
somebody
all the
else.
old Avengers. No, they'll probably just remake them into
Oh.
new people.
Yeah,
Literally.
I don't know.
That sounds about right.
it's just one of those things where I'm kind of okay with.
Get out of here. Trying to play this fucking game. It was Neapolitan. What country is it the name from?
It's not. Go back to what you're saying.
That's basically. You guys are just playing that fucking game. So
I
I'm
told
not-
you we could pause it.
Fucking pause it. So, all right. After technical difficulties and game losings, we're back.
It wasn't really technical
Smoke
difficulties.
break.
I was just trying to fucking play that HQ game.
Yeah.
John
Kien
sucks.
Rants.
Doesn't know basic facts.
I won last Monday.
Sucks
How
a
much did you
donkey
win?
Like
dong.
$12
That's not bad.
and 50 cents or something like that.
Okay. What'd you do with it?
What do you mean? What did I do with it?
Did you spend it yet?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, I put it into a fucking account. But
You know what you do?
what?
Take that $12, spend it on Steam.
Yeah, I could do
That
that.
way we can fucking friend each other.
What are we even gonna play together, Eli?
Whatever game you buy for $5, you have $12. Buy it for both of us.
Lol.
Justice League finishes its box office run and officially becomes the lowest grossing film in the DC cinematic universe
Really?
to date. Yeah.
I thought it would have done better than BVS.
No, that was one of the highest grossing ones.
I thought
Because
would've
it
done
was the
better than
hype.
Suicide Squad.
It was the hype, Gil. The reason why Batman vs Superman did so good is it was the
Yeah,
hype.
everybody was super excited for it.
It had 2 years of hype behind it.
Well, not to mention it had 3 decent Batman movies before it, and like everybody was just kind of excited for whatever Batman was going to come out with next.
Yeah, I was like, eh.
I mean, it was a different Batman actor, but we hadn't had any sort of like indication that Ben Affleck wasn't going to be that great of a Batman.
They literally changed everything, and people were like, no, it'll still be fine.
Yeah.
Retards.
Well, that's kind of one of the reasons why it was like super hyped.
No,
but
at this point, I feel like people are just figuring out. They're like, yeah, DC's movies kind of suck. I don't want to go see it.
still don't really think the Dark Knight was that great.
Is Zach ever get back to you?
I never texted
I
him.
thought it was okay. God, you guys
I
suck.
I figured somebody else had messaged him.
Fucking
It's way too late
goddamn.
now. He's probably already went home if he got off at 7.
The Dark Knight, the
quarter
movie
after
with
8.
the Joker, right?
Yeah.
You really didn't like it. Yeah, that's
the
right. 'cause you
Batman
hate the
voice
Joker.
fucking
Yeah.
kills that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think the Joker is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm not a huge fan. Like, I think Heath Ledger's great as the Joker.
Penguin would have been better.
But I just think that the particular
Oh,
Joker that they
God.
represented was not very on
Danny
point.
DeVito's Penguin was like, as a child, I watched that.
Dude, I love that movie.
I like it. It's just so unsettling as a small child, like
Michael
him just
Keaton
eating
is
fish
still my
heads.
favorite Batman.
Yeah, him eating like fish heads and just the black blood on his face. I'm like, oh, God.
Well, I mean, penguins eat fish.
Yeah, no, I get that. Well, he wasn't really. He was just a human that was deformed.
Well, yeah.
Well, calm down about Danny DeVito over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be our next Pikachu, man.
Jesus.
No, it's Ryan Reynolds. I'm sorry.
I'd rather have Danny DeVito.
After months of waiting, the Weinstein Company has officially declared bankruptcy following several failed attempts to find new owners.
The Weinstein Company?
The movie company that opened up the whole sexual assault stuff.
Yeah.
What?
Harvey Weinstein touched people.
Oh.
We already know
Yeah.
that.
I don't know who that is.
It was no bueno.
And so,
I mean,
That
we
was
don't know. We
racist.
never asked
Calm
them if it
down.
was bueno or not.
yeah, their stocks went
We just
ridiculously
assumed that it wasn't
down.
because they didn't ask for it.
They tried not to file for bankruptcy, hoping people would buy their company, and everyone was like, "We won't buy your company, but we'll like buy shit that you guys are like putting out for
Buy
movies,
your
so
assets.
we can make revenue." But like, nah. So that's what happened, and now they're bankrupt. Disney
I'm
recruits
fine with that.
Lego Ninjago director Charlie Bean to helm the live-action CGI hybrid remake of Lady and the Tramp for their streaming service. That's right, they're making a fucking streaming service.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, because it's gonna fuck all the other streaming services
Yeah.
so hard.
Is it? Do you think so?
I think it
Do you?
would. Either that or it's just gonna give Disney power over them. And be like, we'll let you have Marvel Netflix, but if you ever piss us off, we will backhand you so fucking fast.
It's also like they could easily charge a lot more
That's
for that
also
content
true,
too
Right.
now, and then the more streaming stuff that comes out, just in general, the more expensive.
I
it's
think
gonna
that's why
be for
Netflix
people.
is like shooting for like picking up original series.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit
why
like
they're
Well, yeah.
shoving Netflix originals down your fucking throat.
Well, exactly. Like anytime I go on Netflix anymore, the first
yeah.
like section of the pages is always their original stuff, which I get it. It's just sometimes,
Which, I mean, some of it's good.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's not always a bad
See,
thing.
and I still want to know how that's going to work with, like, a lot of the Marvel, like Daredevil and
They
shit.
can.
Like,
They
that's
still have
Netflix.
like they're still able to do the Marvel Netflix stuff.
But I mean, like, the newer.
Yeah, they cannot use. They can use Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil. They can't make new series. Like they can't make new character series.
Yeah.
Like they have the core 5, which it also counts the Punisher. Because I'm pretty sure Disney can't put like a Punisher Disney streaming show unless it's
And that-
the Punisher and kids.
Well, no,
Blah,
and that's
blah,
why
blah,
I'm
blah.
curious. Like, are they gonna keep like shoveling this type of stuff off to Netflix? And then,
I think that's probably what they'll end up.
that
I
way,
think
it's
that's
not
the
like
idea.
your kid doesn't wander onto the Punisher and see him like fucking
I think-
beating people's skulls
I
in
think
and shit.
basically what's going to happen is anything that's like a more of a PG-13 sort of situation, they'll probably be all right with putting on their own thing. But then anything that's either rated R, so basically Deadpool, or any of their like television shows that are more mature, they'll kick off to Netflix. Or even worse, they'll stop letting Netflix do those shows, and then they'll just be like maybe maximum PG-13 sort of rating. So that would
I
be
mean,
pretty
we
sad.
don't have to have another Iron Fist.
PG-13 Punisher.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why it would be really sad, is because it would
Teenage
not
Punisher.
be good.
He'll take down those bullies.
So
One-
angsty.
Well, it'll more than likely be
Go to
like
school.
super edited, basically.
I was like, granted, Punisher has been in Spider-Man cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
Like they
No,
toned him
those were
down.
still really dark.
Yeah, they toned him the fuck down though.
Yeah, and I don't think that'd be enough.
Yeah. Like, I mean, even Deadpool's been in, like, fucking Ultimate Spider-Man and toned him the fuck
Yeah,
down.
but that's where you get like fucking goofy Deadpool, not fucked up Deadpool.
Yeah, you just get fourth wall like, I unlive people. You kill them? No, it's unliving.
Stupid shit.
Like, voiced by Will Friedle. Bleh. Just, it's one of those things where it's like, I mean, if that means I don't get another Iron Fist, I'm chill with that. But like, I
Iron Fist.
didn't like
You
Iron
really
Fist.
did not like Iron
Oh,
I
Fist.
didn't like Jessica Jones, but I got a second one of those.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Why did they make a second Jessica
Trash
Jones?
Ass bastard. Oh.
I
You
don't
guys
know.
just don't understand female empowerment.
I hate Iron Fist more than I dislike Jessica Jones, though. Like, Iron Fist was like one of those series, though, where like it had so much potential, and then the edits and cuts were just bad.
Are you mad because he wasn't Asian?
No, that's fucking stupid.
That's
Anyone who petitioned for Iron Fist to be Asian is dumb. You don't have to like Scott Adkins is a white
self-hating Asian here.
Scott Adkins is a white martial artist that does kung fu better than a lot of Asian dudes.
See, I
Like
don't
I'm just
mind
saying.
that he's white, but I wouldn't have minded that he was Asian either.
It's not the, but that's not the point. The
No,
whole-
no, I get your point.
Right.
Like,
Fuck it, Luke Cage is gonna be Mexican. And we're
that
gonna
could
make
work. That could
would
work.
really
Oh,
work.
Harlem?
Soy Iron Fist.
See, I don't. See, I don't really.
He'd have to be in Washington Heights, but yeah, that could work.
Fucking.
See, I don't really.
You got that? You fucking got that,
Jesus
and you know
fucking
it.
Christ. I don't see the point of sticking to one exact culture for a character. They're fictional characters. They could be whatever the fuck you want
The
to make
the
them.
basis point of like it
But-
didn't really matter whether or not
To
Iron
me,
Fist could
it's-
still be Asian because he's Asian American and then is considered an
Yeah.
outsider to the martial arts community of Kunlun. What I mean is that the thing that makes me mad about Finn Jones is that usually when you take a part like this, like as shitty as the Dragon Ball Evolution movie is, the guy who played Goku had 6 months of training before actually filming. Scott Pilgrim had the same thing. Michael Cera spent about almost a year training for Scott Pilgrim for those fight scenes. Finn Jones admitted, he's like, oh, we started like training for Kung Fu for like 2 weeks before production. I'm like, you can't do that. That was my problem with the show.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, because Colleen Wing, the Asian girl that was with him, fucking was like, yeah, I've trained, because she was in Game of Thrones at the same time too, so she was still training in martial arts for that. So she was like putting an effort into it. That's what makes me mad, is that like,
Everybody else gave.
everyone
more effort
else
than
gave
you did.
110%, and Finn Jones was like, oh, I started like training in Kung Fu like two weeks before production. Like, that's bullshit. Like that.
See, and that's why the second season could be better.
Or he just teams up with Luke Cage and just keep it like that. I don't give a shit about Rand Industries and him taking his company back. Fuck that.
Anyway, Jessica Jones is gonna be black, and Daredevil can remain white, because it doesn't matter.
Daredevil's gonna be deaf now.
Well, he's a fucking boxer.
Yeah, he's gonna be deaf now.
We're gonna make him deaf, blind, and dumb.
He's not gonna be blind anymore.
He's also not
Daredevil's
gonna have a
deaf.
hand.
Daredevil
and he's gonna-
sees sounds.
He's
He's
gonna
gonna
be
have-
missing a foot.
He's gonna have a hook for a hand.
Yeah. Daredevil
Fake
sees
leg.
sounds.
So
He
he's
might
top.
have diabetes.
He's a pirate.
he's
Alright,
top.
be Daredevil.
Yeah. Daredevil can see sounds.
Alright, be Daredevil, Beard the
No,
pirate.
just give him Earth-based powers,
Yeah.
and he
Daredevil
is
is not deaf. Daredevil is blind and diabetic because they seem to go together.
What?
He's still a lawyer, though.
Just
He's gonna
because I'm
talk with the
slowly
pirate accent
blinding.
because he's a lawyer.
I never learned how to speak proper.
That's
Oh,
why
I
Daredevil's
can't
diabetic,
fucking
because he
read.
lost his hand. So, like, because of blood sugar.
Fuck off.
I'm sorry.
He's trying to, like, fucking stab himself with the needle with the hook hand.
Arr,
he
I
has a
wiped
gun.
me ass with the wrong hand again.
He has a custom-made hook hand.
I be
For
running
insulin.
low on insulin fuel.
But, like, that's the thing. But I have that same problem, though, with, like, modern movies, too. Like, Captain America, like, everyone's like, oh, those fight scenes are so cool. I'm like, they're okay.
Eh.
Like,
I
Black
never
Panther
really-
at least has, the thing about Black Panther, their fight scenes are, like, fluid.
Yeah.
Like, point A to point B, mix, match, perfect. Captain America Civil War, cut. Oh, Black Widow flipping someone, then cut to the armbar. Fine. It's just, it's how you do it. Like, I was just rewatching Creed, like that Can You Take Me Higher movie. Can you take me higher? See, I just wanted you to get it out of the way. Instead of me just being like, I'm just going to do this, I'm just going to let the tongue sing Creed. But, like, there was the first boxing match they had played out like a legit boxing match. Like, when you watched it, the camera never stopped. There was no time for it to cut. Like, that to me is
just
like...
went to the nearby boxing ring, filmed 2 people.
No,
beating
like,
the shit
it's
out
the
of each
fluidity. It's the fluidity, and, like, that's
You guys
why...
want to be in a movie?
That's personally why I'm mad at Iron Fist, is because,
Yeah,
like,
no,
it's just the time and effort that people put to make a good fight scene.
Yeah.
Like, the guy who did Drunken Kung Fu against Iron Fist was a way better martial artist than Danny Rand.
Just slow down.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's why I think, if he actually trained, I don't know if he did or not, it could be good. He just needs to go, like...
It didn't look like he fucking trained for Defenders either. He was just kind of like...
That happened pretty fast afterwards, but I agree.
I still didn't like Iron Fist in Defenders, though. Like, everyone
was
was
okay.
like, he's going to be better in the Defenders.
That
Like, but
was-
he wasn't. He was a whiny bitch still.
But he was a whiny bitch, and I hate that about his character.
He's
I hate all whiny bitch characters.
He's like,
Make
I'm
no
the
mistake.
defender of Kunlun. I'm like, you're not defending it right now.
he's
You're
like,
literally
you're
just
a
like...
fucking pansy ass that Daredevil could beat the shit out of. With at least with Defenders, it was more focused on him using his Iron Fist and sort of developing his powers.
And he only has one glowing fist. He's supposed to have 2. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Nah.
but it's starting out.
Yeah, I get it. But he spent years
Never
training
finished his
for it.
training.
Yeah, I know. Whose fault
There
is
was
that?
another.
It's his bitch-ass fault for not finishing his training. In both Iron Fist and in the fucking
Kien,
production.
There is another, alright? It's Colleen Wing. We just make Iron Fist a woman, and also Asian.
I'd be alright with
and
that.
Work.
Yeah, that
You're
actually
like,
could've
she was
been-
the Iron Fist the whole time.
that would be like a legit, like, fucking, like, turnaround.
Fucking
Like,
plot twist.
Colleen Wing is now Iron Fist and Danny Rand is like, I'll fund you. But that's like a good plan, and I'll fund
Jessica
you.
Jones becomes the new Iron Fist.
That'd be the
Everybody
worst-
becomes
that'd
Iron
be the
Fist
worst
and it's
parts
better.
of every
At least
character.
it would kind of make her show a little bit more interesting.
I really
Iron Fist
wouldn't, I
became
don't think
Daredevil
so.
for a bit.
I just think that her show's main
She'd be
problem is
drunk
it's
in
fucking
Iron
Civil
Fist.
War
fisting,
in the
man.
Civil War
That'd be
comics,
cool.
that's like what I remember.
Anyway.
But legendary director Steven Spielberg has confirmed that the new Indiana Jones movie will start filming in spring 2019.
Are they gonna bring back Harrison Ford?
Did
They're bringing back
anybody
Harrison
ask
Ford.
for this?
Ah, why?
Fucking
just
Indiana
wants to be
Jones with
done.
his cane.
That's my thing. That's the thing. Harrison Ford has gone on record being like, man, I just honestly don't get... Like, fans of Star Wars are like, Harrison Ford, how do you feel about the new trilogy? He's like, if I'm not in it, fucking good. I don't want to be. Harrison Ford's like everyone's grumpy dad. He's like, dude, I just want to like be left alone. Want to crash my planes in peace.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to be in the.
So I imagine Liam Neeson will be in like 30 years,
He wanted to die
He's
in
also
the
well known for
dinosaur.
crashing parties.
Yeah.
20 years.
He actually sometimes goes up to the lakes and
Yeah.
crashes parties there. It's pretty
Robro,
rad.
that, yeah.
That's a
Really?
It happens, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the thing that happens.
Because he has
like,
a house up at the lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House.
That one's still rumors because I think he
That's where
sold
the
it.
that's where the picture of him like pouring vodka into somebody's glass comes from. I don't know if that's from the lakes, but that's him crashing random parties.
Yeah. Like he had to emergency.
That wasn't that long ago, actually.
He had to emergency stop at the the shitty Spencer Airport
Yeah.
because someone on the plane he was flying had a cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he's like, they toured the lakes, I guess, and yeah. But like, yeah, Harrison
So-
Ford's old as shit.
So
like,
what
what
you're
the fuck is
saying
he gonna
is
do?
we should crash some parties in the eventuality that we might find Harrison Ford.
I highly
Yeah,
doubt.
but up at the
I'd be pretty
lakes,
down.
you're probably going to get shot or tasered because they're all rich
I probably
bastards.
would
with
Yeah,
their
you'll
anyway.
legs.
probably just get the police called on you because they're also a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
I probably would anyway. I'm not white.
There's a Mexican in these towns. Get him.
Oh, did you see that video I posted in the group chat though?
I thought Shane will
I
be fine.
saw it, but I didn't watch it.
Oh, it's the Dragon Ball Super. They finally got the Goku Black Arc dubbed.
Oh yeah.
And they're like the
Stop!
Stop.
Don't
He's not
shoot!
Black. Yeah,
He's not- he's
I didn't
not
see
black.
that video, but I've seen it.
yeah, like
Already.
they see Goku. They're like, oh, take this, you vile scum.
And Trunks is like, wait, he's not black, meaning he's not Goku black.
I was like, Funimation, you done it. I dig it.
To be fair, it was probably the same in Japanese.
It was. No, that's the thing. Like, they took that, like... But Funimation had to, like, kind of... You can't tell
They
me
didn't
Funimation-
logistically think it
No,
out.
I think they were. They're like, this will get memed.
Yeah, it's not like an on-purpose thing.
Yeah. I just, like... Harrison... Like, I don't think we need a new Indiana Jones. I don't think
We didn't
anyone's
even
aging
need
for
Crystal
it.
Skull. Everybody hated it.
Yeah.
Give him a pat on the back and let him retire. Good lord.
We didn't need a new Star Wars John, but here we are.
All the
I
man
still
who
like
wants-
Last Jedi.
By the way, I feel like we could get an R-rated Star Wars movie. If
We
just-
can't. But you can't.
Be
It's
Revan.
Disney.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Revan.
I think it's a potential thing that
Stone
could...
Cold killing up bitches.
Yeah, I think it's a potential thing that could exist. I don't think it will.
No, I don't. Not for a while, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, like, they see the success of movies like fucking Logan
Deadpool and
Deadpool.
Logan, yeah.
I mean,
So they
Star
could
Wars
go for it.
has had
I think
zombies
it'll
in
just
there.
be a while before we get into a Star Wars
Yeah,
universe.
before the
yeah,
mouse
sure.
is like, maybe we could do this.
Probably be like you'll have to wait until they buy out another 20% of the market,
Mhm.
so that they know that it's gonna do good, or eventually everyone's gonna get to where like everyone hates all the new Star Wars stuff coming out, because right now it's I
I
don't
think
know
that's like
50-50.
Gucci.
The hashtag Love Simon was number one trending last weekend.
But who cares?
Let me explain.
I don't care.
Hashtag Love Simon was trending this weekend
Is
because
that that gay kid movie?
yeah, it's because kids were using social media to come after their family and friends.
I mean,
But-
kudos to them for coming out, I guess, but you shouldn't watch a movie and then gain the courage to come out to your family. You should.
The fuck are you looking at me for, you
God.
goddamn weirdo?
I really
a
don't
movie
think
isn't what
There's
should
somewhere
inspire you
else.
to do that.
it's fine that the
Fuck.
movie inspires you to want to come out or whatever, but
Don't let that be
there's two
defined.
sides to the ideal of coming out. There's the first one where you should be able to come out whenever you want to. But we live in a period of time where it's still common that parents aren't going to be okay with it. So I don't want to tell people that like they shouldn't come out to their families. But it's
Careful.
yeah, it's sometimes much safer to wait until you're at least old enough that you
Grab
have
a riot shield and head on into the living room.
yeah. It's sometimes
Yeah, before
safer to
yourself.
wait till you're a point when you are old enough that your parents are not in charge of every aspect of your life yet.
Wait till you're in college and like
Until you're not relying on their insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. If you trust your parents enough, then definitely go ahead. But I don't know. We live in Northwest Iowa, so we live in a very conservative area. There is lots of people that I know that would disown their children for being gay.
Really?
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Surprises me.
I know a lot of people who
It's
have
like-
openly admitted stuff like that.
We are really conservative, but most of the conservative I find is more like, man, fuck the government. Not
Yeah.
like, we hate the gays and
you just,
blacks.
I have to agree with John.
It's more of like a religious standpoint than a government
that's true,
standpoint
yeah.
kind of thing.
Gil and I had this conversation though because like in my high school, we couldn't have like same-sex prom dates.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing for us too. And I was only in high school like 5-6 years ago.
Right, like we
And
couldn't
so-
have same-sex high school like prom dates.
I don't think that ever
That happened in my school, but it happened.
Like
but
you
no,
didn't
not
have like
everybody was
two
okay
girls. Like
with
the
it.
thing is like two girls could go and like as
See,
long
we
as
had-
they like solidified as they were friends, they were chill.
I went to the same high school as Gil, and when I was in there, it was very adamant that you couldn't bring someone of the same sex as a legitimate date. Like, there were girls that would bring girlfriends to it, but not like legitimate dating partners, like they were friends that were girls. And if it was stuff like that, they'd kind of just look the other way.
Yeah, but,
But
two
I
dudes,
guarantee,
no matter what,
if two
would not be
dudes
able
had
to.
shown up at prom, it would have been a big deal.
Like, cause we tried to just do it like me and my friend, cause like I was like my girlfriend, doesn't want to go. I'll just go. And he's like, we'll go together. And our principal's like, you can't do that. You guys can go to prom together. You guys can't go to Grand March. I'm like, that's dumb. Like, we couldn't walk Grand March with just the two of us.
Yeah.
Spy Guys? No pose?
No, they wouldn't let us.
That's stupid.
They said that they didn't want to like make it a big like
No.
cause or something.
What
like
I'm
that.
saying is, definitely don't be ashamed if you're gay. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Leviticus does say
You
Yeah,
can show your
shut the
whore
fuck
mouth.
up.
you should be stoned, so get high and come out as you're gay.
Well, but
Just saying.
There you
Be
go.
safe.
If
Do it in
you
a
have-
situation where you're free.
if you
It's
have any suspicion that your parents wouldn't be okay with it, you are much safer telling your friends.
Right.
Like, you are way more likely to find people your own age that are going to be okay with the fact that you are not heterosexual.
But like 100% know this that like I
But
had the situation.
definitely at some point
Yeah.
come out to your parents in your life.
I would want to
Obviously.
point out with like telling your friend. I had the situation beforehand because like I know someone who like admitted he was gay just to one of his like closest friends, and he quit talking to him. Like they just didn't know how to handle.
But
like,
again,
and he
like-
confided the shit out of him too, though.
But again, it's like, if you come out to your friends and they aren't willing to be your friends anymore,
They're
they
not your
weren't
friend.
friends in the first place.
Right. Be who you want to be. Like
If
that's
Gil told me he was gay, I'd be totally cool for it. I would probably let him suck my dick.
I would not.
Alright. Make you gay, but alright.
no. We've had this conversation. It's not
It's
gay.
not gay if you say no homo.
Yeah. No, it's not gay if he's sucking your dick.
It's still
Gay
pretty gay.
if
The
you're
pro
sucking
job
his
is
dick.
just as gay, man.
And you're all gay.
No,
I
like,
had a follow-up, and I think it was just that I would make fun of Gil, but that's...
Why am I being dragged into this?
You're
You're
probably
gay,
the most
Gil.
likely to be gay.
That hurts. That really hurts.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I mean, we have Kien here. How am I the
That's a
one
good
that's most
point. Yeah,
likely?
we know Kien's gay, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, Gil just always says I'm gay. Like,
You do some really questionable things,
You work at JCPenney's.
mostly with Nick.
That's a joke, by the way. If you work at JCPenney's, it doesn't make you gay.
If you're gay, you may work at JCPenney's, though.
Anyway.
the two don't coincide, but yeah, no. Like, I mean, that's awesome. I'm glad. Like,
It's a really
Yeah.
it's a really difficult subject to talk about, but what I'm saying is maybe wait till you're not living with your parents anymore before you come out.
Do it when you're in a financially comfortable situation.
Yeah,
And not
if you're
relying on others.
potentially worried that your parents won't be okay with it, it's sometimes safer to wait till you're at least like out of high school. But if you feel like at all that they'd be okay, like definitely, because you should be allowed to choose when you come out, and you should be allowed to choose how it happens, stuff like that.
I feel like you should actually take, like, listeners, take this sincere, because, like, usually we talk about dick jokes and shit, but we sometimes do a quick minute where we're actually, like, serious about stuff. So, like, this and that.
Be
I think
safe.
humor is my processing stuff.
Yeah,
with
that's
your
mine
heart,
too.
Yeah.
use your head for everything
From
else.
my
Yeah.
dead relatives, it doesn't go over well.
Yeah,
Same.
usually.
Star Wars: The Last
Depends on how I
Jedi
present the joke.
It just doesn't.
is now in the rearview mirror, and Rian Johnson has started work on the upcoming new trilogy in the galaxy far, far away. We're getting it.
Which galaxy? There's like 7.
Well, like the new Star Wars trilogy. Rian Johnson's like Rian Johnson. Like, come on.
Are we getting another trilogy?
Yeah, we've had this
there's
conversation.
There's like 3 that are planned or something.
Yeah, there's a trilogy,
Why?
a new trilogy that has nothing. Apparently, has nothing to do with the Skywalkers, and then you're gonna get the anthology stories. So the
I
anthology
thought there was
stories.
another one that was supposed to go with the Skywalkers as well.
Oh no, the other one's gonna be a prequel series,
A
prequel
prequel?
trilogy.
But we already
No,
had
like
a
Old
prequel.
Republic style, like before. Like one's gonna be in the future, one's gonna be in the past.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the idea. Because the Game of Thrones guys are the ones doing it in the past.
Neat.
I feel like this is
I'll
still
dig it.
going to turn out bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty into it.
Rain Johnson's gonna be
Or
doing the
the-
one in the future.
Oh, God.
I don't think you're ever gonna get Revan. Like,
You think so?
It's the perfect fucking place for the Game of Thrones guys.
I was gonna.
Yeah, he's not
Isn't
wrong.
it an HBO thing?
no,
Where's it gonna air at then?
that's
Theaters.
It's a movie.
Oh, it's a
Theater
movie.
yeah.
It's a trilogy.
I thought it was. I thought it was supposed to be some sort of TV
No,
anthology.
it's a
trilogy.
theater trilogy.
Oh well, I mean, I don't know. I could still see it happening.
Yeah. Like,
I
no,
just
what I
want-
said was the anthology films.
I'm really excited to see some dicks in Star Wars.
I just want to see
I
some.
still don't think you're gonna see dicks in Star Wars.
I bet I
He
get
might.
some floppy wieners in Star Wars.
We're...
I just want to see some
Probably
Star
do.
Wars zombies.
It's like half truth, half
Star
truth.
Wars.
It has.
But I know, but do you really want a Star Wars like?
It'd be the closest to a decent horror movie we got in Star Wars.
The Yuzan Vong.
Yeah, but the Uzon Vong are like OP as shit though.
No pay as shit, they get beaten.
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah, that's what I said. More or less. The
Sounds
Uzang
great.
Vong are like, yeah.
So it'd be the perfect story. The good guys don't really win.
Chewbacca dies.
No one gives a fuck. Harrison Ford's dead,
Yeah.
so
Chewbacca dies by like.
replace Chewbacca with like 7 porgs and we'll be fine.
I was just gonna say that. Put a bunch of porgs in a Chewbacca suit and call it good.
No, they wear his skinned hide.
John Boyega offers a tease of Star Wars Episode 9, expecting the film to depict an all-out war between the Resistance and the First Order.
Oh.
I wonder where he got that idea from.
No. Hold up. How the fuck? They had 3 fucking ships. And they all got blown up.
It's an all-out war. 7 people versus an
Yeah, I
entire
was gonna
new
be
order.
like, it's just them still defending the one base on the Salt Planet. That's it. They repaired the doors like 2x4s.
This will definitely protect us from that giant, stupid butthole death
The
laser.
laser burnt through the door, so this is good enough.
I have no hope for this. Like, I don't know.
I'm starting to have a lot less hope for John Boyega in general
Hey, new
after
hope?
Pacific Rim 2.
You don't
Fuck
like
off.
Denzel? You don't like young Denzel?
He does not young Denzel.
He's young Denzel.
Until he does Book of Eli and Man on Fire, he is not young Denzel.
Yeah, but he has to do that when he's like 50.
I
That's a
love
good
those
point.
movies.
Yeah, but
When
he
I
has to
start
do
my
that.
totalitarian regime, I think I'll write a new Book of Eli.
It's just the Bible, man.
Like a book another man wrote.
It's in Braille though, so that's.
I'll call it
special.
Mine Book.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
sure.
Alright.
That's okay, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So Frank Oz, the guy
5 stars.
who was the puppeteer for Yoda,
hmm
you're not gonna like this.
Yeah, they're not gonna bring him back.
Yeah,
No.
No, they probably won't, though.
They won't, but he says the only way to make a Yoda spin-off film is to have him rendered in CGI.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, yeah, more than likely.
Unless the spin-off film is just him like in the hut on Dagobah going about his daily shit.
I would be alright with
I
that.
would pay for old man Yoda.
Dude, totally. He's
It's
hilarious.
not even old man Yoda. It would literally just be him like talking to himself.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's like that's the professor.
Hitting his imaginary friends with a wooden spoon.
Yeah, talking to Force Ghost.
What are you doing?
Obi-Wan Kenobi Force Ghost shows up. He's like, fuck.
Mace
Now I
Windu.
gotta do stuff.
Obi-Wan says something and he just like turns around wide-eyed. Ah!
Mace Windu shows up.
But you don't like Flippy Yoda, but you're cool with if they do a.
There's
spin-off.
no way they can do a Yoda spin-off movie with a puppet.
Do you think the Yoda spinning movie?
That's why I'm kind of not really into the idea of a Yoda
Do you
spin-off
think
movie
they
in the
bring
first place.
Flippy Yoda into the spin-off movie?
Yeah, they probably will.
Flippy Yoda.
I don't like Flippy Yoda. We've
You're
been through this a couple
retarded.
times. You're retarded.
Unlimited power.
What? Okay.
It's a Palpatine.
I just don't think a Yoda spin-off movie is A, necessary, B, going to be
You
that
think it'd
great.
be better than Solo?
I don't think a solo one is necessary either.
But do you think it will be better?
They
than
need to do
Solo?
solo movies of more interesting characters.
No, like Solo as in Han
the
Solo.
movie.
That's what I'm talking
Oh.
about too. It's not that necessary.
Right.
It's really probably not even going to be that great.
I would want.
It's going to be over stuff we already know.
Or they
kind
totally
of.
fuck up the canon.
It's
and
the
they're like,
same basic, like, he was an Imperial pilot, but...
It's either going to be the same thing that we know, or it's going to fuck up how we already see
Oh,
the
yeah,
character.
absolutely.
No, they're gonna make him a
he's-
hero.
Yeah,
They're gonna
Exactly.
make him
That's what I
Superman.
mean.
Like, they're not gonna make. He's no longer just gonna be a.
They're also
douche.
going to make him shoot first.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Well, they absolutely will.
They have to make him shoot first. Like,
Dagobah shot first.
there's no way.
Or wait, is it Alderaan?
Alderaan
Yeah, it's
shot first.
Alderaan.
There is no way they can like not make that Han shot
Dagobah.
Yoda.
Shoots one laser at the fucking Death Star.
That's what blew up Alderaan.
Yeah, it wasn't even the Death Star. Yoda's got a death laser buried under the swamp.
Yeah. No, so.
Told you, him and Obi-Wan set the whole thing in motion. They lied to Luke about his sister. They're just manipulating him to kill Vader and the Emperor so that they can take over as Force Ghosts. Either that or they want to bring Anakin to the Force Ghost side so that they can
So
fuck the
FX
shit out of him.
and Donald Glover are no longer working on the animated Deadpool series.
That's fine.
Sad face, I guess. George
It would
R.
have been really dumb.
Good.
Yeah, it would have been full of chimichanga references and shit like that. It wouldn't have been that great.
The Walking Dead comic book series creator Robert Kirkman says that the AMC show could eventually expand outside North America. So we could get Walking
I
Dead.
don't want it here.
Yeah.
So wait, are you saying the show's universe?
The show's universe, you
Well,
fuck.
then I don't care.
Like, what did you think? Like, The Walking Dead is now only going to be aired in Uganda.
No, I was just hoping they would be like, yeah, we're gonna just go to Japan for a while, make it into an anime.
I
Be
mean,
alright with that.
Stop
High
making
school.
a show.
That is an anime. It's called
Michonne
High School
already has like
DxD.
a katana. It's basically halfway to an anime.
Yeah. It's called High School DX. It's called High School of the Dead, guys.
I was gonna say High School DxD
It's
is not even close.
Not
to
what I was
Walking
thinking.
Dead.
High School of the Dead, or
I mean, they're pretty similar.
Cabinari of the Iron Fortress.
That's not even really that close to Walking Dead.
It's
either.
not close to The Walking Dead. I don't even like Cabinari of the Iron Fortress.
It was alright in like the first parts, but
I just
then
think
as
their
it
villain-
progressively
yeah.
goes on, it's pretty lame.
The villain's super dumb.
Well, it's just really generic.
Yeah.
Oh, I could dress up as Chewbacca. It's just my yawn.
And coming in the next couple of
Add
months,
that gargle to it, it'll be fine.
fans of Monty Python just is their entire back catalog is coming
Yeah,
to Netflix.
I'm gonna watch all of it in like a day.
I'm pretty stoked.
I don't know if it'll be possible actually.
Monty Python is like a 1/3 to 2/3. For like 1/3 of it is good, and I laugh at it. 2/3 of it bad.
I'm excited. I actually like what they do for like television shows more than I kind of like their
Yeah.
movies. But I mean, the movies are still funny in my opinion too.
There was one because my dad has the complete Blu-ray box set of Monty Python's
The
Flying
I
Circus.
can't remember if it was called Organization or like
The Organization of Silly Watch.
yeah, that was one of my favorite things ever.
Oh, dude, mine was like
It spanned a huge inside joke in my high school for a long time. It's great.
The Monty Python skit that always got me was like Norm in Alaska or something like that. They fought a penguin with like giant electric tentacles, and then the
Yeah.
one thing is he throws a slingshot, hits a lion. They use stock footage of a lion jumping, and then a man in a lion suit jumps on the guy, and they're just fighting. It's like so out there. It's just
I don't know.
Monty Python's humor
always-
is bizarre, but it's just so good.
I always like
sometimes.
the X-Parrot, because I think at one point he fucking hits it against the counter. It's like, it is dead. It has gone from this earth. This is an X-Parrot.
The Spanish Inquisition, though, too,
That's-
is like another one
Yeah.
of the ones that gets me. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
I said that a lot when I was playing Dragon.
Yeah.
That's all I could think of.
Well, with that in mind,
Same actually.
yeah, that was just. Well, that became a straight up meme when that Dragon Age Inquisition came out.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's good. Like, I don't know, Monty Python's good. Like, The Life of Brian is one of my favorites, actually. Like, the end, like,
Yeah.
Always look on the bright side of life. They're whistling that while they're being crucified. I'm like, that's a. Gail, do you watch Monty Python? You ever seen any of it?
No,
No?
not a one.
Really?
Not a one.
Now, I know you, because I'm assuming Zach probably hasn't seen it either. You and Zach really need to watch The Holy Grail, if nothing else.
Yeah.
This was a movie they made me watch in school 2 times. I'd already seen it like 10 times before that.
It's a good movie.
It's funny. It'll keep your attention.
Yeah, you will probably laugh.
Fucking
You might not like the ending.
There's some like dumb jokes in there for you too.
How do you know
Not
she's
saying
a
you're dumb.
witch?
Yeah. Oh, God.
We got
It's
the
like,
Well, a
she-
duck
She
floats.
turned me into a newt. Well, I got better.
The rabbit. This is that killer rabbit. My favorite thing is like
The holy hand grenade.
yeah. Then the writer had a heart attack.
Yeah. It's like the monster just fades from existence.
There's a lot like Sir Robin. He has a shtick in there, and just the intro fight with the Black Knight. Just
That's probably my favorite.
She's
yeah.
only a flesh
That's
wound.
something I fucking say all the time when people are like, "Can you please move?" I'm like, I move for no man.
Think you guys have to get away.
Yeah, pretty much anytime I get hurt, I'm just like, "'Tis only a flesh wound."
Yeah.
Come back here, you bastard! I'll bite your ankles off. And then like they don't have horses, but they gallop, and the guy
Yeah,
behind
the
them uses
coconuts.
coconuts. Yo,
Two
clip clop,
coconuts.
clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah, they make their
good.
squires just
I
follow
actually
them around
think-
and make them
Actually, I
noise.
think Olden Camp has a copy, and like we'll watch
Oh, yeah,
it
he
sometime.
does.
Yeah, we'll watch it sometime.
I'm
Why are
pretty
you
sure
calling
I
him-
even have a copy of it.
Why are you referring to him as Olden Camp instead of just Jay?
So
I
that
usually
people
just-
don't think he's not white.
I usually just call him Olden Camp when we're hanging out.
All I've ever heard you
Yeah,
call
I
him
don't
is
think I've ever
Jay.
heard that.
Hey, Olden
What a
Camp.
surprise.
All right, guys, have a good
I
night.
don't know. A lot of people
Speak
refer
of
to
the
me
Asian.
only as my last name also.